Ooh, I'm back, baby. Winter shoulder mode, white wolf mode. How I caught 91 points today on NQ. Let us like break it down because this was a crazy, crazy, crazy trade. So most traders just show this, whatever is on the screen right now that I'm sharing. They just show this, right? They show the stop loss, the take profit, but they don't they don't know. They don't tell you how they managed the trade from start to finish, why they entered, why they stayed in, why they didn't panic when the seller showed up, and what made them. What was the trigger for them to enter a trade? For me, it's my whale pivot model. If I see a large whale buyer coming in, I'm following that whale. So today I'm going to be talking about this one large whale buyer that led to a 91 point move on Nasdaq futures. Let's waste no time and let's just break it down as soon as we go. So first off, the idea, right? You need context first. Before anything, you need a plan before you're going into the market open, right? You need a plan, guys. So before I even look for entries, right, I need context, right? And that's one of the biggest mistakes that traders make, right? They look for entries first. They don't look for context. So let me just go into the 5 minute because the 5 minute is what builds my context every morning. So I go to 5 minute, right? And this is what the 5 minute looks like. Let's just take, just ignore this and you'll see it later. Actually, let's take it out now. Um, take it out now. Okay. So here, this is pre-market. Okay, we're going to look at the Globex open at 6 o'clock. We're going to look at Asia, and we're looking at London. Right? Those are the two sessions, Asia and London, that we look at before market open at 9:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. So at 6 o'clock, we have some sideways action here. Right? We rally higher from here. We go back down. So we're just basically for Asia, just moving sideways here, creating its own like fair value range for the most part for Asia, right? And then it's having a hard time with this yellow line, the weekly opening. So it's hitting it once here, it's hitting it twice, and hitting it the third time here. The fourth time it hits it, it breaks above it, right? So it breaks above the weekly opening Asia does, right? And we get a rally higher. So now we broke out of a balanced area, and now price is going into price discovery mode. This is auction market theory, guys. Okay, right? This is auction market theory. So auction market theory, right? We're balanced. We're going in from balanced, unbalanced, balanced, unbalanced. So here we're unbalanced. London opens around here, and we still looking for an area of balance. So unbalanced means we're just trending, right? So we're trending higher here. We do sweep Asia high here. We do pull back to weekly opening here before New York Open on the yellow line here, and then we rally from there. So basically, if you're just looking at straight market structure, it's basically or auction market theory, it's basically bullish, right? We were a bullish bias as you enter the market here. So this is the candles right before 9:30, right? We go above here, and we understand we are in a bullish market. So that is the context. That's why I'm looking for longs when we are um, you know, market open, we're looking for longs. Now, an area that has my attention, right? When market opens here, we open around point of control here. Before point of control, I'm looking at two areas here, right? Actually, I'm looking at three, maybe four. But the areas that got my is gonna get my attention are either Asia low here, right? But I understand that Asia low here is low probability because I have point of control above it. So I understand that I have to wait for all of the point of control Asia high and value area high to clear, right? So now I'm just gonna wait till London high, right? Easy, right? London high is up here, right? If we're going to go higher, we're going to break London high, retest it, and go higher. So that is essentially what the context is before pre-market. I'm going to wait for the break of London high and, wait for my whale pivot model. Now, let's just go into the entry. I use volume footprint candles, as you know, because you're watching the video. We are using volume footprint candles on TradingView, and that is what is perceived or what I use for my whale pivot model of absorption, aggression, and a delta flip. So this teal line right here is London high. So we eventually sweep London high above here. Now, a couple of things here that people are like, confused about. I have a lot of DMs, messages, Romel, how do you know continuation move? How do you know it's going to pull back? I know because I can read the buying and the selling inside the candles. That's why it's very important for you guys to get these volume footprint candles, because they tell you the buying and the selling inside the candles. And then when you put a framework on it, my whale pivot model, the absorption, aggression, and delta flip, then you start to think, see things clearly, and what buyers and sellers have the intention, what they're intending to do here, right? So let's go where it gets interesting here. So this 935 candle right here, okay? We have the buying to your right, selling to your left. Right here, 442 is a number that caught my eye because I consider that a large whale buyer, right? So this 442 has entered the market above London High, which is my pre-market plan that I'm going to enter if I see a whale. So this is considered a whale for me, okay? So we're going to enter a candle close, and we're going to put our stops matching the ATR, or whatever. Will you want low the candle, matching the ATR, whatever your stop loss preference is. I put it right here underneath London High here, because if price goes below London High here, and we have a candle close below London High here, this whale is invalidated, right? There's no follow through with that, right? Right. So when your whale enters, you want to look for follow through, okay, guys? So the three concepts in my whale pivot model is aggression, right? And this absorption, aggression, delta flip. So this is one confluence of the three. So one out of three, I have aggression here, which is a large whale buyer, right? Right before candle close, right? Delta flips positive here, 909. It's green, it's positive. That meaning to tell me that the buyers are in control of this candle. Now I have two out of three. I have some absorption here, 110, right? Because this is highlighted in red. That means the sellers were in control here. Supposed to push price lower, but it did not. This is a sign of absorption, not something that would trigger me for heavy absorption, but absorption as well. But that does not include in my confluences. When I entered here, I only had two that I know, aggression and a delta flip. So enter a candle close, stop loss underneath London High. So that is the entry candle essentially, right? So you want to follow order flow. When you're managing a trade and when you have gain confidence, you gaining confidence because you can see the buyers and sellers inside the candles. You know what they're doing, right? You know the battle between them. So you don't have to guess no more with regular candlesticks, right? So here, right, peep the hat, New York Knicks, you know what I'm saying? 226 champions, you know what I mean? Got it, new era hat. But I digress. Let's keep going. Um, I drew this green box right here. This green box is the large original whale buy here. I marked that out as a location to see if price is going to hold above it. That gives to me, confluence. So price does hold above it, right? We hit it here, right? We get buyers coming in here at 251. We get all these buyers coming in here on this candle above that green box. So that green box is holding, right? Now, the first test, guys, the first test is this 410 seller volume here. Okay. This is considered a whale, a large whale seller. Okay. So that entered the market. So now we're starting to see sellers are fighting back here. Okay. We get up here, they're fighting back here at the 860s. In premiums access where with my mentees, I tell them already that the sellers are fighting back here, right? A couple of things that can happen around here. You could take profit here, you could move your stops, you could trim your positions up here, whatever you want to do up here, okay? So this guy comes in, and then look at this flush, guys. Right after this large whale seller comes in, we get this massive flush. We get another large whale seller. So we're managing risk here, right? We're not just like guessing if the sellers are coming in. We know they came in here. We know that this is heavy aggression on the selling side, on the opposite side, right? But we still stay above this green box here, right? And that's the most important lesson, right? We entered, this is our entry trigger, right? We entered because of this whale over here, 442, right? That green box, you stand it all the way to the right. So you know that location. If that fails, then your trade has failed, right? Your trade idea has failed. So I love this whale pivot model, the management of it, because I am in and out. If I lose fast. And if I win fast. But in this case, I was winning slowly, right? Because I know if we pull back here and we respect this green box, we could rally higher, right? And with this first test, look, the sellers did come in here, guys, right? They came in here, as you know, they're not going to go all the way target. You have to manage your trade, okay? You cannot be scared, right? So you see the large whale sellers come in, right? Where they're going to push price. They push price almost back to your large original buyer. They did not. We get again above New York high here. We break above New York high. This is New York high above here at the moment, right? We break above New York high here. So New York high here, we get a bunch of selling up here, but then, we break through that and we have absorption up here, guys. Look at this 373, right? This is called a mini whale for me. It's supposed to push price even lower, but the problem is the candle closed green right at it. So, this kind of heavy aggression on the sell side is, supposed to bring a price lower, but we close right at it. So that's a sign of absorption for me that we're going to continue higher. So right here at this point, we are above maybe like 8 or 7 points away from target here at the 900 psych level, right? That is my original target that I'm going for, my key level that I'm going for. So we have a couple of problems coming up here, all right? We have another, you know, sellers coming in here up here. You could see with the pink marker at the 890s, they're coming in here. Buyers won in this area right here, highlighted in green. They're one, but the candle closed red here. That means to tell me there's absorption going on here. So the sellers again are starting to fight back here. Are they front running me? This is the term I call it, and my premium members know that term because we're always laughing when we have our full TP and people are front running us selling, before we get to the full TP. So they're front running us here, right? So people are selling here now. This 452, there's a large volume of participants selling in this area at the 880s right here. They're selling it, right? They're selling it. So people see that on the order flow, and other participants are like, all right, you're gonna sell at the 880s. I'm not gonna wait for the 900s. I'm selling it too. That's why we get this massive move down here, right? This massive move down here. But this is controlled by this whale here, right? We have another whale that controlled this, you know, this pullback here. Now, couple of things here to think about, right? You are seeing them enter before the move happens. Look, the large whale seller enters here, and boom, we get a pullback, right? This is almost a 60-point candle, right? You could just take profit off just selling from here to here, but that's not how we trade. We trade context, we trade location, we trade key levels, and we trade the whale pivot model. So it pulls back here. I am not scared, guys. I am not scared here. Why? Because again, essentially the green box appears again, right? The original whale buyer, right? What does it touch here? It touches right here at the 810s. It touches it and it rallies from here, right? We have lime green marker here, lime green marker here. There's the buyers are starting to be aggressive here around this area. You can see with the lime green markers, those are bullish imbalances, right? And then eventually at the 9:51 a.m. candle, we get this huge again almost 60-point candle here where the buyers aggressively came in here and pushed the price higher. Now, this is a sigh of relief here because I call this the Green Hulk Smash candle. Look at how much levels that the buyers have won here, and it's lime green markers. So there's all the bullish imbalances all the way rallying higher as we get closer to the 900 level, right? So this comes here. I think we're like about maybe one handle here that above the 900. We hit the 900s here at 9:52 a.m. But look at the precision here, right? 900 comes in here. What are these red boxes here, and what is the pink marker here telling you? This is telling you that the sellers are again starting to fight back here. Okay, the sellers are coming in here at the 900 psych level. So you again will see the tug of war between buying and selling here. And I don't know why you would not want this data while you are trading, right? We sweep the 900 area and we secured the 91 points and a 3.6 R, right? We had positive expectancy for this trade, right? And you're supposed to have positive expectancy for every trade you have, right? 91 points on Nasdaq futures. That's kind of hard to hit, right? On a daily basis, right? So here we caught the 91 points, right? The lesson learned here, guys, is it's not about the entry, right? It's not about the delta flip, not about the imbalances, whatever. It was because I had context, I had a plan, I had a location where I'm gonna, zoom in with my eyes and examine to see what's going on there, right? And I had confirmation. Confirmation is my whale pivot model. I have the absorption, the aggression, and the delta flip. And lastly, trade management. How you see all this data, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna move your stops? Are you gonna be afraid? Are you gonna close early or hold till target? Right? If it's respecting the original whale buyer, this green box, this is the most important. If we're respecting that all throughout the trade, like I've showed you, like I go to the left, right? Looks how many times, right? First, we respect it. Second, we respect that pullback. The third time we respect it. Eventually, if it goes hot, keeps respecting and keeps going higher, we're gonna eventually hit the target because we're just reading the order flow and following the large participants in the market. And that's how you use the whale pivot model. Okay. Now, if you notice, I make this every decision I make is made with the same process every day: context, location, and then confirmation. And that's why I've created the whale pivot checklist. I don't know if you've seen it with all my videos, but I've always told you this is the exact checklist that I use before each trade, right, is the framework, right? And this is the same framework that 5,000 members in my free Discord have used, right? So you see, in my Discord, we have 5,000 members that use this exact whale pivot model. All right. Now, if you want this whale pivot checklist for you, just comment whale below, and I'll DM you. I'll DM you the checklist, and or you can just go in the Discord and grab it yourself. But this checklist helped a lot of people have a framework, and process on how to trade, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, it's a simple process that you have to do over and over and over again. If you have context, location, confirmation, and a checklist that you could follow while you're trading right next to you, that you could just follow every day and look for your setup, it tends to get more easier, and you learn it faster, right? And you get more confidence because you see it time and time again. So again, guys, if you want that whale pivot checklist, I have it. Just comment whale in the comments and send that over. I do have a free Discord as well. If you get the checklist, you also get free access to the Discord. I also have, uh, lessons where you can learn about the whale pivot model, and I also have mentees that I mentee over a month, every month long span, so that I can teach them and how to apply the whale pivot model, on an everyday basis, during market open. So if you like that, if you're interested in that, comment whale below, and I'll see you on the inside. Let's do it.